Hey everyone, welcome back. Yes, this is the after show for Showtime's The Shy, the best show ever. But tonight we're discussing episode 3, so stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
You know how I like it when you loving on me.
Hey.
I don't wanna die for them to miss me.
Hey.
It's lit on a Sunday. Listen,
I love that.
I was in Chicago they be doing the stepping.
Okay.
I was doing my little two-stepping this weekend, get my Chicago on. We'll talk about that later.
Hey guys, it's Veronica Barriga. You can find me on social media at Veronica B Online. And where can they find you?
Dímelo, mi gente. You already know what it is. Franceli Chapman here. Hang out with me at all things at Celly Hangout.
What's up, y'all? It's Drew Jones, and you can follow me on all the things at OKDrewJ.
Hey y'all, I'm trying to find a beat. I'm about to give y'all my Instagram name. I'm Dominique.
Hey, she gonna freestyle.
Dominique for the freestyle.
Rappers are Jerrika, and we about to get it popping on episode 3, the after show.
Tell him, girl.
Ghost.
Yeah, so Brandon is just meant to be a good guy, apparently.
Yes.
Praise the Lord.
Praise God.
The devil's trying to take him down, and it's not happening.
I'm so glad.
Yeah. What did you guys think of that opening shot?
I was like, he ain't built from that clothes. He know he a napkin. But no, I loved it because I didn't want to see his character go down that way. But it was funny, like opening scene when you got to see Cookie as a ghost, and like how many times have someone died and you really do see the dead person, like you feel their spirit and everything like creeps you out. So it reminded me of like the Friday scene. Remember in Friday when the father was Craig was tripping because he was high. That's what that reminded me of. But but I loved it. And Ronnie, he's feeling the guilt trip.
Yeah, he is.
He's guilt tripping.
I will say that pistol whip, like, that hurt me. Like,
ouch.
Just the sound effect, I was like, ugh.
Oh gosh.
That was a pistol whip from Jesus telling you to get your life together.
He's like,
Get
it all the way right. Get it all the way right.
I'm giving you a chance, and that's what it was. That could have gone either way.
Yeah.
That could have gone that Latino. I know Latino gangsters, and he was not.
Listen.
He was not there for that.
Man, shout out to Lena for all the representation.
Yeah.
We got the Latinos, we got the Arabs. Everybody's
holding it
represented.
down.
Really authentic.
But it's so important. Ghosts. There's a haunting throughout the entire episode.
Yeah, there is.
They're all being haunted by the spirit of Coogie, not just Ronnie. I feel like, the mom, when she talks about the house and him being there. And obviously Brandon even going to try to buy a gun is because he's being haunted by the spirit of his brother and wanting to get some sort of redemption. So, the whole episode, ghosts, man. Jeez.
Yeah, that's real though. Like, anytime you do something, like, especially when you feel guilty about it, always come at you hard, and that's literally what leads you to some type of closure. And that's what's going to push you to actually try to solve the situation. In which this case, they tried to solve it. So, like, sometimes that has to happen in order to have closure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy what the situations that thinking with your emotions get you into. I mean, everybody sort of was on the right path, and I don't want to cuss, but it's getting
Cuss, girl,
it's getting
cuss.
crazy. Are we allowed to do it?
Yes, you're allowed to cuss.
Shit is going down.
No, she did.
I want to give a special shout outs to Black Jones, who's on the live chat. He said he's still trying to wrap his mind around it. So Black Jones, tell us what you thought about the episode.
Yeah,
It's a strong last
about
name.
it. I can't believe not only did he didn't take the gun, but he also gave up the money for the gun.
Well, he didn't have a choice.
I'm like, dang, you got your butt beat and you lost $300.
He actually was kind of, he was a little feisty. He was like, I'm not giving you my money. Like, he went there, and that was cool. I'd like to see that.
He tried to have heart to try to do something.
I just want to let the record show that Brandon learned a very valuable hood lesson.
What was the lesson?
That was a good lesson. Yeah,
the hood lesson is you either go big or go home. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You have the hood teaches you about choices.
Yeah.
And that you need to be really decisive with your choices because he didn't think it through. Like, it's like, all right, if he was gonna buy the gun, he had to go through with it. That's the thing Yeah, man. Because not going through with the choice then can cause a really bad reaction.
Yeah,
and,
right.
and that's
It's
the
all
school
or
of hard
nothing.
knocks, man. It's the school of hard knocks.
And you also see Emmett. Remember, he tried to, when he was trying to get an extra job, and you see that he came up to the block boy looking for work, and he was like, "Look, if you're trying to think, this ain't for you." Like, so it's like you can't, like you said, you can't just
second
jump.
guess it.
Well, it's because when you're in the hood, you don't have a lot of money. Like, time is like
Time
a
is
valuable
money.
currency. So, like, if you're wasting my time, I'm gonna feel some type of way about it.
But how real was it that Emmett was in that situation? I think every kid that grows up in the hood, whether you're a bad kid, you're a good kid, you're trying to find your way, at some point you look at those guys with the money and the chains and the nice cars and the girlfriends and or even as a girl, you know, do you say, oh wait, I have a nice body, I can do some things, and it's you. I mean, no, I'm
gonna sip my tea.
Real. And you know,
No, it's real.
Yeah, that's all I have to say. It's real.
Like Kanye say, only the dope. What he say? Something like only the dope boys, they knew they wasn't broke boys. Like growing up in Chicago, that was the only people that they knew that wasn't broke.
Right.
You know, and they helped out when they can. But yeah, man, it was tension all up in this episode. Goodness gracious, decisions. Jerrica came out, house is trying to get sold. Like, what y'all think?
Can I just say I love Jerrica so much.
Yeah.
I love
Yes.
that like
Yes.
Brandon can't lie to Jerrica. Like that is like their
a woman.
relationship is so solid.
It's the
I
sweetest.
was really happy that we didn't have to see freaking home wrecking chef's boo thing.
Wait.
from
You
her.
know that's
that was
coming.
my episode.
That's
I know.
coming.
Listen, I'm speaking it out of
Yes.
existence. I don't want to deal with her. I really appreciate though that like he just feels like he can just be so like honest with her.
Yeah.
About like what's going on.
I just I appreciate the realness of it, because honestly for a second I was like, he might lie here.
Yeah.
Because he did technically lie. He said, I hit my head
Yeah.
on something in the job, and she's like,
She knows.
come on, bro.
She knows.
Like,
Yeah.
we've been together, we lived together.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing about, I'm not going to say just men, but I'm a woman, so I'm but when you're with someone, whether it's man or woman, the little nuances that you don't even realize about yourself, people know those things.
Yeah.
So the moment you switch up I already know.
You
Bruh,
felt it. You felt it.
come
But
on.
it's a healthy relationship, because you know, if it wasn't, then she could just turn on him, kind of like the way Tracy turned on Ronnie too.
Yeah.
You know, it's so nice to see a healthy relationship among all this toxic
Chaos.
and chaos. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But I love that she still said, and you know, maybe this is because she's a little bougie, as they say, but she said, go to the police.
Yeah.
And this is like an ongoing thing, right? Go to the police, and everybody comes back, and what do they say? No.
Yeah, everybody
What
should
are
go
they-
to police.
what are they gonna do?
Even when the scene where Ronnie was chasing after Kevin and went to the school, I'm like, where's the school counselor?
Right.
Like, y'all can't talk to nobody.
The
about
SRO,
this?
like
Find a teacher.
Yeah, somebody help. Goodness gracious. Like, little kids are just fearing for their life, and they at school.
My tax dollars are paying for campus security. Where is he?
Where is it? Like, that is just crazy to me.
And that's
Yeah.
the thing about those communities, because there's so much freedom.
Yeah.
You know, I was just talking about this with my family today, and we were saying the difference between growing up in a place like Salt Lake City and growing up in the Bronx, you know, and, you know, she has a teenager, he's like 14. She's like, yeah, I'm getting his lip. I said, yeah, but lip from a 14-year-old that grew up in Salt Lake and lip from a 14-year-old grew up in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Because the 14-year-old is hanging out.
Yeah.
Your kids have a backyard. My backyard was the front of my building.
Yeah.
Or the park up the street, which didn't always have the best kind of influences. So there's just so much that they're exposed to.
Your world is so much bigger, and it involves everybody that walks by, and everybody that walks by does not have good intentions, and they might suck you in because you're a little kid and you're impressionable. You know, it's how that goes.
Hey.
Speaking of lip, like you were saying, you got to see Kevin's mother, girlfriend, because she heard him cursing, and she said, put $2 in the jar. And I didn't expect for his mama to be gay.
I
So
didn't
that was
expect that either, yeah.
That was it was real, because it showed, I always wonder about that too. Like kids growing up in a household where they have two moms or a mom and however I don't even know what they will call it, but I always wonder about that. So it was good that they actually showed that, you know, because that happens. People grow up like that.
Absolutely.
Well, I knew it was coming. I mean,
Because of Lena?
I mean, come on, y'all. Like,
Can't be that surprised,
Lena is, you know, the executive producer and a writer and creator of the show, and of course her life being represented in a particular way is really important. But she's also talked about not wanting that to be the focus, you know, or that needs to be a strong storyline. You know, of course, pieces of her are everywhere, but it doesn't have to be like, oh.
But it's really nice, right?
But
Exactly. It's really nice to see.
It's subtle.
Exactly. It's just like very subtle, very, very, you know, we're going to throw it in there, but again, not the focus of it.
Right.
And it was such a positive vibe, too.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
was.
So sweet to
Like,
see.
you're not gonna be cussing out.
Yeah, so what about this Trice guy, man? So now Trice. So now we know he's like the drug dealer. He owns the block. Q knows Trice. It's sort of starting to unravel a little bit. What do you think Q's relationship is to Trice?
It seems like he was like his
Mentor.
the guy who got him into everything.
In the game.
Yeah.
So he knows everything. Yeah.
And everyone shook of this man. I said it last week.
Yeah.
I'm like, this man walk in and people are like, oh man, okay, well.
The OG.
Yeah.
He
did
bought
some
house
things.
cash. What did he say? He said, I want the
by
house by tonight.
Yeah.
Do the paperwork and talk to my lawyer. I'm paying cash. And I'm just, let's not even negotiate. I'm just going to give you the price that you want. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I know it's not like a fancy house, but God darn it, you got money to pay in cash for that. Like, give me some money.
That's all. I was just like, damn, he means business.
Yeah, he ain't playing around,
But
which
you
is
think-
scaring me for Emmett. Because like
Yes.
Sonny said,
He owes-
you need to pay him back that $100 soon. And I'm just like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Emmett needs to get his life together because he's still trying to have unprotected sex. I don't understand why.
Yeah, I think that's the case.
Sir, you already have a baby. How many more babies?
Multiple babies.
Why
There's
not
a
the other kids?
PSA for use a condom.
Okay.
Safe sex,
Now, this
people.
is a good person to use.
Safe
Oh my God.
sex. Jeez.
Man, but Emmett is trying, man. He really
He's
is
so
trying. He's trying to be
yeah.
responsible. He's trying to do his thing, get the money, know how to borrow money or ask his mom for
Yeah.
money. And this is the reality. Like,
Right.
you're trying to grow up, you're trying to get a job, you get a job and don't pay as much, or you get a job and you don't get the hours. So sometimes you gotta do what you gotta hustle to get.
That's what's so hard to watch, that he's trying to do the right thing, and you know, I won't get too deep into it, but the system is built to keep people down.
Yeah,
and you're
exactly.
working 40 hours or trying to work 40
Yeah.
hours, and it's not a living wage,
Yeah.
you know, and so it really brings up all these amazing social issues, and she does it, you know, again, does it so amazingly.
Yeah.
So I love that they touch on everything.
I'm just saying condoms cost like $5 a box.
Or
They
Planned
do.
Parenthood will give them to you for
Yeah,
free.
that too.
Message.
Shout out to Parenthood.
PSA type of show today.
Tamar, who's on the live chat, wanted to ask you ladies, he hasn't seen, or she, hasn't seen the episode yet, but wanted to know if we thought that the Wiz was a metaphor for the whole show. Which I thought was really interesting because, okay.
Well, they use a lot of knowledge.
Side note, I was in The Wiz in college. The Wiz is one of my favorite musicals of all time.
Cheers.
He's on Down the Road, okay? He's on Down the Road of the Shot. I was like, wow, okay, like, you remember that moment of Richard Pryor, like when you finally like open the curtains and there's Richard Pryor, and this big thing when you were comparing to like these kids in the hood that look up to these drug dealers, or they want to get out, and there's this fantasy of what it means to get out that looks different for everybody, and the yellow brick road to get out is different for everybody. And so here you have this whimsical thing of what you think it should be, and then you open the curtain and it's Richard Pryor.
I thought when you said Richard Pryor.
So
was
yes,
gonna go
Tamar, I
somewhere else.
agree.
When you were talking about Richard Pryor now, I thought it was going to go somewhere else.
Oh,
because you remember the guy, the one who sold Ronnie the gun.
Yeah.
He was talking about, what you going to do for
Oh,
it.
that-
He said the second little thing. So I thought that's what you was going with.
Oh, no.
See, but this is the thing. Now Ronnie's messing up too, because he's going to that guy and he's giving him information and he's telling him things. You know, you don't share your secrets with a drug dealer. You know, nobody's your friend in the hood.
Yeah.
And even
Not
if
that
they
one.
Yeah, he's
are,
a weird, not with that one.
yeah, not with that one.
Yeah, he's going to make you do
He's all
something
in
strange.
his, he's gonna cast a spell on him.
That's another
But that's what happened when you're scared. Like, eventually,
Yeah.
you start snitching on yourself, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's eventually
what's
what Ronnie
happening.
is going to do.
It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we think of Laverne selling the house? Good idea, bad idea, worst idea ever?
I get it.
Well,
I totally understand.
Yeah.
Grief is like a huge, I mean, man, I can't imagine as a mother having to still live in the house
Of course.
of my son being passed away and having to walk past his room every day. Like, my mom can't even walk past my grandmother's door without feeling sad. And we live, my grandmother lives in the same building as my mom. So my mom's like counting down the days when she can move out of the building. So that's like really real for people. So I totally understand that, which is why I understood Jerrica's position for like, well, if this is what we're doing,
Might as well capitalize.
then let's make the most of it and let's make sure no one takes advantage of your mom, because that's real what these huge corporations are doing in the neighborhoods. Gentrification at its finest is let's just these people just need money and they have no idea what they're worth.
Absolutely.
And so we're just gonna throw them some change, because it's literally change for them.
That's real life. Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I'll give you a couple $1,000, and for them they're like,
and
oh
they're
my
happy
god,
to have it. Yeah, it's like I won the lottery, but really they're being undersold by
and then
thousands of dollars.
That money runs out, so they go and move somewhere else, and then they find themselves a year later, like
and the
broke.
cycle just goes.
Renting,
Renting well, that's why I think. I mean, I understand where she's coming from, but that's why I think it's a really bad idea. Like you said, the money doesn't last forever, and she's also, she's a little reckless.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and it's not just about the money, the amount they will get. She looked like if they give her $5, she don't know how to handle it. So it's like you have to be smart when it comes to that, and. It is a hard situation because, like you all say, like when someone passed away, you don't want to live there, but you got to be smart about it. So what would y'all do if y'all was in that situation?
I mean, when my grandma passed, I was the one who got the house, and I just didn't, I obviously couldn't, I talked to everybody else about it, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't be in the house. It was too much. And so we sold it. But I mean, we obviously, chilled out and waited to get emotions out of the way. But I completely understand why she would do that. It's too much. To have someone's essence still be in the house,
I just I understand that. I just don't want to see this lady, lose her money and then, like Brandon said, come back and ask, him for help, and you don't want to see it go downhill. You even though she's not the most coolest, most responsible mom, you still are cheering for her. Yeah. There's
well, take a look at the boyfriend too.
Right. And then he might be taking advantage of the situation.
Yeah. Trying to go to
he's living rent free.
He ain't got no job.
He ain't got shit to do. Okay. Now that I know I can cuss.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the cussing sailor.
It's going down.
But to Dominique's point, a good man upstairs once told me, if I can't trust you in little, I can't trust you in much.
Exactly.
So that's just what it is. Our habits and what we do in anything is how we do everything. And so you just have to be really mindful of people's behaviors and patterns, and I think that's what Brandon is most protective of and scared of. He's like, you can move to wherever you want to move. You can change the environment, but it's really about changing you, because you'll go somewhere else and then run into the same problems, doing the same things, because it's you that has to change.
Yeah. Speaking of running into the same problems, I need this little girl to leave Kevin alone. I need her to leave him alone. That's a baby.
We talked about this sexual harassment. # time's up. It is time's up for her to stop getting on my little boy. French kiss, trying to make him French kiss.
She said, I never hit a woman, but I've been.
It's like, we're not French. We're not French.
He said that so stone cold. He's like, we not French.
Yo.
Back up with it.
That was crazy. And that's what kind of cousin are you? First of all, you trying to steal my little middle school man.
I'm trying to see what you working with. Y'all babies. He's not working with anything.
I'm just curious to see how this is going to turn out.
Well, I was going to say that woman is too much, but that girl is too much.
She's a lot of girl.
Listen, that shit had me so heated. I felt like he was my little brother. I was like, you need to step off. We're not playing. Because, listen, I have a little brother who looks older than he really is.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And all these little fast girls always try to come up on him. And I'm like, if you
Yeah.
Get back.
I have to catch these hands so fast. She's a child.
Yeah, she scares me, that little one.
No, she's scary. Seriously.
Poor little Kevin.
Told y'all that's Baby D.
As if he doesn't have, and enough to worry about.
Leave that baby alone.
Being assaulted here. But what about his little meltdown backstage? Poor little Kevin. He's finally starting to be a kid a little bit, having kid worries, but big worries, but acting like a kid. Will you walk me home, Brandon? That was sweet to see.
Yeah, he was scared. The meltdown backstage, I was happy he had that because sometimes you can hold something in so long and it gets the best of you. And I really want him to sit down and talk, but at least he talked to his friends.
Yes.
So that was a starting point. But I knew it was going to come because you're only a child. You can have the responsibilities of a teenager. You can take care of yourself, but at some point you're going to snap back. I mean, us as young adults, we even have moments where we get weak and we end up crying. Yeah. So I knew it was going to happen. I'm just curious to see what is he going to do from here.
Yeah, he had a meltdown like a kid, I guess, but he's handling it like an adult. He's like, okay, what are my choices? And I'm going to man up and I'm going to go talk to Ronnie. He's listening to his friends. I don't know if this is the best advice
I was going to say. I'm like,
that's why I said, where's this counselor? This counselor,
yeah.
Mind you, these little boys are in colorful wigs because they are supposed to be the lollipop girls. I don't know how serious we can take everything in that moment.
But he found out some type of conclusion because you see he got, I don't know, I'm still unclear. Did y'all think it was a setup or was it a coincidence?
We were talking about that, yeah. I don't know. I hope it's not a setup. That's messed up, man. I know it's in the hood, but that's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like a part of me thinks it's a coincidence because he was genuinely scared. He's like, okay, walk me home. And then Ronnie just came from the back. But at the end of the day, Kevin is smart. So I'm like, okay, is he protecting himself?
Yeah.
And trying to like have them go face to face?
But this is why I feel like it might have been a setup, because when he's asking Brandon to walk him home, he seems kind of hesitant about asking. Yeah. And at first I thought it was like a pride thing, but then when they get close to like the bridge, he starts looking around before Ronnie ever walks out. So I'm like, do you know something? I even said something to you, like, I think Brandon's about to get jumped.
Well, this is the thing. Because of what happened at the school, he knows this man is looking for him and is following him. So to a certain degree, it's like, this just the paranoia of knowing, like, man, it's either I'm going to go through this by myself or I'm going to have him tag along and he might go through it with me, and that's, I think, what the hesitancy was.
Come through with hesitancy.
I told y'all last week, the gap sometimes doesn't allow me to enunciate. See, I'm all messed up.
You're good.
We all are. We good.
Yeah, well, at the end, and then Ronnie comes up. That was a scary moment. I don't know. I think it was, it's only a matter of time between Ronnie and Kevin meeting face to face. Obviously, Ronnie's eager to do it, but I don't know. Do you think he's capable of killing another kid?
No.
Is it gonna go down like that? I got all sad.
I don't think Ronnie's going to kill somebody else. I think he's going to have a heart attack because he's so damn stressed
He's
out.
going through it.
He old too.
Yeah, you're
right.
right.
He's have a heart attack. I don't see him killing somebody else.
Good point.
I don't know about this. I don't know how this is going to end. This is not looking good.
Super stressful.
This is not looking good. But then the other detective, you see how he peeped that Cruz was he had some type of relationship with Ronnie. So I'm wondering at what point is this detective is going to step in or is going to push Ronnie to being like a suspect or something.
Well, he also went and like ran up on that homeless guy about the cell phone. There's something off about that. I really do not like him.
We know this already. He's a crooked cop.
Yeah, he has
hands
to be.
down.
I just want to know what is
what's his motive?
Who's he tied in with? Like,
right.
How high up in the rankings does he go?
Yeah.
Like, he's just mad sus to me. I don't like him.
Yeah, I don't know. Offhand, I think he protects Trice or that block. So anytime there's any controversy there, if
he's
you
getting paid
solve
off.
it, he doesn't want He doesn't want it to be solved, because then that messes with his pocketbook, I guess.
Yeah.
But this Trice guy and this Q guy, I'm still not over. Like, he pays cash. Like, what is he up to? He's in the house and he's like, there's no furniture.
He got his little watch
like,
chair.
You're a special kind of evil. Like, what are you up to, man? know.
Which is why everyone's shook.
Yeah.
He got to keep his enemies close so he can see what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, so they won't attack him or whatever that case
But,
may be. The block
okay.
is hot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a little pebble here
Yeah.
for you guys to think about this.
I like it.
Ronnie's not Jason's biological father. Who is?
Oh.
And remember, he said, "What's your relationship to this kid? How do you know this kid?" He's like, "Don't worry about it."
Yeah.
And then he was like, but he came all the way. He's like, "You came all the way back from where you were from to I want to know about this basketball player." So I think he might be the
Father.
I agree on that.
I can see that.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but then I don't know. Maybe he's just a really good actor. But then what did he say? He was like, "No, this is messing with my business. This is about my business." And the business is your baby.
But the business,
Yeah.
listen, in the hood, you in the business of poker face.
Yeah.
Like
That's true.
no one
Yeah.
can see you
Yep.
True.
sweat or know your intention or what
Yep.
you need, because
Yeah.
anytime
Yeah.
someone knows your weakness,
That's true.
then you're not as powerful anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
So can't no one know that he has any type of, connection to
Right.
anyone. As far as they're concerned, he's the lone wolf.
Yeah.
And it needs to stay that way.
And he also may not get the full truth. Like, if you know, shit, we just killed his son, like,
Yeah.
they're just going to throw whoever under the bus. He's not necessarily going to get justice from that.
Right.
So if he
Right.
has a poker face and chills and just kind of watches,
Then he'll get the real.
You'll get the answer.
yeah.
I like that.
I like that.
We did that, ladies. We
I
did
my
that.
game-
we
My game
did.
song, that's
Did
what
that.
Shouttown.
We did that.
This show is good, y'all.
It's so
Tonight,
really good.
I feel like they had the comedic relief every
Yeah.
now and then to like run the laughter in, and then they got like the deep, juicy stuff. So I love the dynamics of this show. It's a good show.
Show's
Alright.
It's
great.
a good show.
And then the way they ended it, there's like chills. Like, wait, why are you cutting to black? Why?
more suspense.
you would, wouldn't you? Yeah.
They bomb.
Oh, next week. Next week's gonna be good.
Straight up.
Lena's the best. And speaking of Lena, you have a story, don't you? Tell our viewers, girl.
Well, I was saying that, I'm saying, literally, guys, I just landed in LA from Park City. Shout outs to
Facts.
Park City for showing me a good time. I was at the Sundance Film Festival,
Yes.
and, Lena was there. She was doing like a brunch work in her area.
Yeah.
And there was a shy party, actually. Let me tell you, I wish I could wear them. At the Showtime Shy Party, they gave away free headphones, and it says the Shy and Showtime on it. I was like, I want to wear those
Bring my display
from now
inside.
on. So next week, I'll show y'all my swag.
Yeah.
My Sundance swag. But yeah, Lena, actually, small world and how connections always make their way. So Lena's fiance, shout outs to Alana, she's the sweetest woman ever. Her fiance's father was my mentor growing up in New York. So yeah,
Did
so
you know that heading to Sundance?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've
Wow.
had lunch with Lena's fiance and like know the family or whatever. I just didn't know that they were dating until like a couple years ago on Facebook, and I was like, oh my God, my mentor's daughter is dating Lena. And I had already been in correspondence with Lena. Like when I first moved to LA, and this just speaks to the character of who she is. When I first moved to LA, she didn't know me, but I got her email address, and I needed to do something with Dear White People, who she was working on, and she connected me because Sally's hang out my show on YouTube, got one of the actors to come and support.
That's amazing.
And she's just always been super gracious that way. And now, to know her at she got me into the party because they were acting funny at the door. And they were
Wow.
and there's the picture. Oh yeah, we took a picture at the party. Lena, she's the best. And she's just, I'm so happy for her success and everything that she's doing. And people were showing her a lot of love. The Shy Party was the party to be at Sunday.
I saw a lot of like snaps and stuff because I had a few friends who went to it.
It was lit.
So fun.
It was
like,
lit.
ugh.
Issa Rae was there. I mean, it was lit. Everyone was in there.
I
Party
seen that
at
she
Sundance.
had like made an Instagram post, and she was like, "If you go to the party, let them know you my cousin, sister, brother, somebody at the door."
Yeah, and that's why the door was crazy. They were at capacity. Lena literally had to come outside and get us. It was,
Aw.
but she did. She's that
And
kind of
she
person.
did.
She's like,
Awesome.
oh, they good. They with me. They good. I was like,
It's
And then we took this picture as soon as I walked in. That's why my scarf is on.
Oh, she look like she's the homie for real.
Yeah, she's the homie.
Yeah.
Lena, come on and slide through AfterBuzz and talk
Yeah,
to us.
I'm gonna hit her up for
We'd love
sure
to
and
have
have
you,
her
girl.
come up on the show. Yeah.
Speaking of Lena, have you guys seen her new movie, her new Netflix movie, Stepsisters?
I have not.
No.
It's
Yeah.
not
Did you see
yet.
it?
I've been
I
at
watched
Sundance.
it.
Oh, you
okay.
did?
Yeah, it got a lot of buzz because I am an ex-sorority sister.
What's
Delta
sorority?
Sigma Theta.
Yes. All right.
Yes,
Lady of
yes.
Fortitude. I see you.
And so a lot of people were like, feeling some type of way about it
Yeah.
because of the whole like we shouldn't have to share our culture because of the whole stepping and
Yeah.
is this painting black sororities in a bad light. And so I went into it,
Yeah.
prepared.
Yeah.
But it was actually I thought it was very funny.
Okay.
I mean, don't bite my head off in the comments because I know how
They're a
Black
bunch
Greek
of
system
trolls. They're
gets.
trolls.
We
But
got your back.
Don't worry about
We
the
got your back.
trolls.
but I think it shows the Black Greek system in a good light, and I think
Yeah.
there is the whole culture sharing thing and how it can be obnoxious and blah blah blah. But I think like she did a really good job of playing both sides of
Yeah.
it and
Yeah.
like showing it from both. I mean I liked it. I thought it was a
Nice.
very funny
Yeah.
original concept.
But
Well, that's her. That's her writing style. Like, she's always going to bring the humor to it. And she's going to give a balance. She's going
Yeah.
to tell the truth,
Exactly.
And that's what it is.
But it's always just a reflection, whether people feel this way or that way. She's always just reflecting the culture.
Yeah.
What it
So
is.
so that movie is probably just a reflection of it is what it
It
is,
is.
whether you like it or
Yeah,
not.
and
you
I
know?
love that there were so many people from Dear White People that were in the movie. Like, what's her? She just tweeted me today. Nia Jervier. She played Kelsey, the really preppy black girl on Dear White People.
okay.
She's in this movie, and she really is like a scene stealer. She's so
Okay.
funny in this movie. But yeah, it was a really good movie. Good job, Lena. It makes me excited for more projects from her.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't wait.
She's just been killing it back to back to back.
And you know what she's also doing, which I really love, and we need more of this, when you have women in powerful positions, she's mentoring like crazy. When
Yeah.
Yes.
this is very important to her. Whenever you hear her speak, or she's on a talk show doing the circuit, she says, this is not necessarily about me. This is about bringing other people up with me, and building and having more women behind the scenes. And she started as a PA, guys. I mean, this
Gina,
woman.
that first one, right?
Well, she was her assistant.
Yeah.
She was her
Yes,
assistant.
yes,
Yep.
exactly. Yeah. Talk about,
And
hustling.
that's a cycle in itself, because Gina started off a different world. Like and it's like you help
amazing.
somebody, you
Yeah.
just keep on going.
Yeah.
It really
I
does
love
say
that.
so much about her, though, because, like, I feel like, especially in this industry, and I'm sure you all know, like, it's a very dog-eat-dog, like, type
Yeah.
of industry. It's like, I don't care about you. I'm just out here trying to get me. And I feel like it speaks to her art, too, that she really cares more about the art than she does the success, that she's willing to potentially have people, competitors almost, like people who are fighting for that same spot. Because unfortunately right now, there hasn't been that many seats at the table for women of color in like production or whatnot. So it's cool that she's like doesn't care about that. She's just like, nah, I'm gonna build you up and I'm gonna help you and I'm gonna.
Well, her voice is so unique, though. I don't know if anybody
Yeah,
can take
no,
her
she
spot.
she definitely.
That part.
I'll say that much. Yeah.
Agreed.
But it's very nice to see. I think that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
No, wait, predictions. Are we doing predictions?
Oh, yeah.
I forget. This is new to me to be the lead host, and I just always move on. Here they are, the predictions.
Oh snap! We got a Q dog. Hey.
That's cute. What is
Yes, that's
Yes.
cute.
Okay.
They're the mad loud ones. They're in the purple and the gold.
Yes.
They
Oh,
howl.
Black Jones said, "Congratulations, girl."
Oh, thank you.
love
So predictions. What you thinking?
Okay.
What are y'all thinking? I already sort of gave my predictions,
know.
right? I predict that homie's the real father of
Yeah.
Jason. I predict that Ronnie trying to get this cell phone is gonna end up getting him in a really bad
Bad
spot.
situation.
Okay.
And Jerrica and the mom, I have a feeling are gonna cultivate a better relationship.
Oh, I like
too.
that.
I like
so.
that.
Those are my
Oh, I
predictions.
hope so. Yeah.
Predictions.
Predictions
Like,
are
wait,
stressful.
It's stressful.
They're
is that what you
stressful.
said?
It is.
It's
She
stressful.
said
I
they're
predict Lena. It's like,
stressful.
no, let me tell you. I'm gonna just call Lena. We're gonna get
Yeah.
the storyline right now. But no, I think definitely that. I think Ronnie is gonna. I don't know if I feel like something's gonna happen to Ronnie.
Yeah.
Before he gets somebody else, I feel somebody's going to get to him.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to get a bit of maybe a clue to who really killed Jason.
I hope so.
And I don't know. That's what I'm rocking with for right now.
I like it. Solid.
Snap. I should have thought about that while you were saying that. I was really
You were into it.
Yeah, I was
There's
really into
so
what you had to
much.
say. I think Quentin is Jason's daddy.
Yeah.
And I really think that he's going to kind of do like a revenge, like, I'm just going to shoot up the whole block. Like, I'm going to sit back and watch type of ordeal.
That's what messed up his money, though.
I think he's gonna do it like in an effective way. Not necessarily shoot up the block, but I think he's going to do it in such a way that, like,
She's all about the violence.
Like boys in the hole.
I don't like, listen. I think he's gonna get revenge for Jason, and I think what else? This is a prediction, but I just want to say I'm really happy that Jerrica finally kind of had her own storyline that doesn't have to do with Brandon, because I was really nervous about that.
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't want all the female characters just to be wrapped up with their love interest or whatever. So. Which I knew Lena like wouldn't leave us hanging like that, but I was just, waiting for it, and we got it, so thank you. And you know what? I hope that Kevin gets his little fast-ass girl to leave him alone. That's my prediction. He finally... Keisha's gonna come through curb stomp. Like a big sister should.
Ooh.
Or the cousin might pop out.
she
Or the
should.
cousin.
Let's get Kevin some pepper
I need that little girl to
spray.
go away. She's stressing me out.
Aw. Yeah, I'm gonna just send him some pepper spray. That's my plan for now. Get away, girl. But yeah. I don't. It's hard to predict again because we're so into it, and you're just watching these moments unravel, and it feels like real life. And I guess I'm just cheering for the characters, but I feel like the detective, he's such a good guy, and he can't sleep at night, so. He might go after Ronnie, maybe even set him up. But then, didn't he say something? He said, my CI.
Yeah.
My CI. And he kept referring to Ronnie as my CI. And I don't know what that means.
I know what it means, and I can't think of it for some reason.
So
What
basically,
does that mean? Sorry.
it's someone who's a snitch.
A snitch.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we would say in the hood. You're a snitch.
Okay.
I don't know what CI stands for.
Snitch. Okay.
But basically, it's their informant.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
That's
I
what
stands
I
for
thought.
informant.
Okay.
So
City informant. I don't
Conscious informant.
know. Oh.
so what happens is
It's actually a confidential informant
There you go.
via Google.
there you go.
Go off, Anthony.
See, I love Anthony.
engineer
Our engineers
does it.
always.
He said it's confidential informant. So,
That makes
AKA snitch, as you said. Yeah.
Well, not necessarily, but that's what we would say in the hood. But yeah, I mean, I believe that he's been that since the beginning. Because in the pilot episode, when he runs up on him, get in the car, I think that they make it look like he's always harassing him and he's giving information and intel.
See, so that'll be
That's been their
interesting
relationship.
to see how that
From day
plays
one.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the bad cop is actually the one who shot Jason. By the way.
Oh, that would be
You're
good.
blowing my mind right now.
Now, what if he did?
I wouldn't be able to deal with that.
Dab on that.
No.
That's too much.
Because he has real interest in, like,
Wow.
because we haven't seen him interact with
You can't
anyone
trust the
yet,
cops.
but I feel
No,
like
you
he has
can't.
some real interest in this whole Jason situation. It would just, I'm saying it would make sense.
Maybe that's why he's so preoccupied with this because
That's a lot. That's too much. You did too much. We'll have to come back next week for that one. I can't even.
And
Sleep
make
on
sure
that.
you tune in next week.
Yes,
You
please.
can find us on AfterBuzz TV Dramas. Please subscribe. We are on YouTube.
Yes.
And we come to you live every Sunday.
And
Yeah.
we got a live chat that's popping every Sunday. So make sure y'all be in it.
Yeah. I'm Franceli Chapman. You can catch me at all things at Sally Hangout.
I am Drew Jones, and I saw someone say we should do a Grownish after show. I am on the Freeform Weekly after show, which we talk about Grownish. So tune into that. But you can follow me on all the things at OKDrewJ.
And I'm Dominique Cerita, and you can follow me on everything at Dominique Cerita.
And I'm Veronica Barriga. You can find me on social media at Veronica B Online. See ya.
And
Bye, y'all.
see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.